but can I play
devil's advocate?
Yeah.
I knew there was a devil in you. I'm joking. Go ahead, bro.
My God.
There is a devil in you.
The way you hit these.
Why? Why? Here's my question, though. If you look at the early church, I don't know if we, especially those that hail from the sanctified Pentecostal tradition, I don't know if we put enough emphasis, though, on the holiness of fellowship.
Yeah.
I don't know. The early church,
that's good how you worded that.
I feel like fellowship is an act of worship in a lot of. For example,
koinonia.
There we go. Especially in a church where there are so many unbelievers and those that don't know, I think that fellowship is a part of our retention strategy.
Absolutely.
Because if I come and I only get a spiritual high, spiritual release, but I don't have anybody to do life with when I leave the service, I'm around my friends, my coworkers, my classmates, my unsafe family, all day, every day. I'm here for 2 hours on Sunday. Yep. I need to find somebody that can stand, because I know a lot of people that have been not just saved, but have stayed in church, not just because the word was going forward.
Absolutely.
Right. They stayed in church because when I was slipping, somebody called not pastor, boy called me, my girl called me. Hey, I miss you. What's going on? I just don't know. That's the devil. We're gonna I'm gonna come get you. Let's go eat right now. Yep. So I think that there has to be because here's the other side. I don't mean to go to a dark place, but the other side of that I fear is that in our sanctified churches we got all this truth, power, and no people, and we're cursing everything. Everything's the devil. Maybe we should be friendly.
Can I say this in response?
Please.
I agree 1,000%.
And I know that's not what you were saying, the opposite of, but yeah.
There is a social aspect to it. Yeah. We have a saying in our church that God doesn't only move in worship, he moves in fellowship.
Yes, sir.
Because when you look at the three ordinances of the church,
Gotta be.
Communion is not the reflection of what we do. We have a worship service. Communion is the reflection of fellowship.
Yeah.
But Christ was at the center of that fellowship. Yeah. And even now that fellowship still points people back to Christ. I think the key is that fellowship component should always have Christ at the center or point people back to Christ. But in some cases, a lot of churches just have a social component where Christ is not a part.
Right. Yeah. That's Acts 2:42.
So you basically just said leaving a church, a dumb reason for leaving a church is because of bad fellowship. If you have bad counsel in your ear and you get tricked out,
that's Psalms 1.
That's a good refrain.
Sounds dumb to me.
We're looking at two powerful things, Acts 2:42, and they continue steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and in communion and community and all that. And the church grew by the fellowship.
That's it.
They have this one service that they talk about the 3,000 souls, but after the fellowship, the church grew from going from house to house to house to house. And so we have that good fellowship, and then we have the wisdom of Psalms 1 to walk, don't walk in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stand in the way of the sinner. So we have to be sure that we balance the both of that, because godly fellowship can become a place of bad counsel. Yeah. And this is the thing. How do we, as leaders, referee that? And that's where it becomes hard, because your church may be attractive for the growth but become a distraction because of bad fellowship.
So good.